Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about the new Tuya Knives Skelton Bladeworks Caladan V2. Did you get all that? Jimmy boy, Jim Skelton, designed the Caladan. We saw this guy earlier this year, and then they have now made a V2. So they made some improvements, which is cool. And yeah. We have some different versions. So they had a jigged titanium the last time around. Now they have a frag titanium. They had Jim's logo on the pivot. That is now sterile, which is, I like that. I always like a sterile pivot. They put the SB over here. Still have S90V steel. Still have Tuya on it. It looks like we have a hand satin with a DLC over top, which is really cool to see. I don't know if I've actually ever seen that. We have incredible action. I mean, I can't really ask for any more than that. It pops out of there like nobody's business, and it drops shut like nobody's business. And this detent is perfect. Better than the V1s I handled. I think 2 or 3 of those, and the detents on those were good, but this is perfect. This bronze titanium, I think they called it copper, but it looks bronze to me. It's like a bronze anno. Looks fantastic with the black blade. I really like that. And then you have satin hardware to kind of switch it up a little bit. I don't know if I would have liked black hardware, but either way, I do like it. This design was a little bit divisive because of this part right here. And that part actually hides the flipper tab, which I think is super cool. It's also like a finger guard, so you can't run up onto the blade. You can actually kind of choke up on it too, and it sticks out enough that it kind of keeps you off the edge. So, I don't know. I really like the way this looks aesthetically. Some people don't, but I think it's really nice. It's a larger size knife for my normal preferences, so we can show a couple here. So it is going to pick up fingerprints. We've learned that. Here is my custom. Well, that makes no sense. I was going to say here's my custom Strix. But it was one of the only things I could think of that was maybe in that size range. But it's not even as big as that. So, man, this thing. I have my X-Mid. Richard Rogers X-Mid 3-inch blade. So we're looking at, I think we're looking at 3.6 on this guy. I'm trying to think of what I have. Jaeger, I think is 3.4. So you can see there, it's definitely smaller than that. I just don't have a lot of large size knives. My Jetstream from Tempest Knives might be in the ballpark. I think that guy's 3.5. Let's see. Yeah, even that is smaller. So yeah, I don't have anything that is this large. Maybe I gotta get a large knife for the channel to show size comparisons. I don't know. I'm gonna grab the ruler because I actually don't have the measuring tape right here. It's over on another desk. So this guy is going to be 3 3/4 on the blade length. And then on the handle length, you are looking at 4.6, 4.75, something like that. So, again, nice size knife, over 8 inches, so she said. And I love the detent. We have the same clip, but I really like the clip design on the Caladan. It works well. It's long and slender, so it has the retention doesn't feel super strong, but it works really well. Has a little bit of a point on it like last time, but again, you don't feel it in the hand, so it really doesn't matter to me, honestly. It feels great in the hand. I can get a full grip on this with a large glove size hand. I really like the frag pattern on here. Looks good. You can kind of see where they broke it off here. You know, it's a little bit, yeah, I really like how that looks. Looks nice. Keeps the pattern. You have this lanyard pin back here, just like last time. Really good lock bar. I mean, it just feels good. You have good lockup, and it's just smooth. There's no stick or anything like that. It glides out of the way, and that flipper tab really aids you on this one. Normally, I'm not a fan of flipper tabs hitting me. It kind of bothers me because then, you know, it's like you have the blade sticking all the way up here, and then you got to shake it down. But on this, it helps you because you're not going to stop the blade from falling, right? Or I should say, it's not going to get held up. Like, you're not going to have to shake it. You just got to get your finger out of there. And once you get your thumb out of there, it can drop. And it's a very controlled close. I mean, it's not just a guillotine. It's really, really nice. This is probably my favorite type of action on a knife. Now, I don't mind a shake. So, like, here's that custom Strix again. I have to swing this down and then a couple of shakes. And I don't mind that. That's how most of my knives are. Here's my Synapse Lefty. Drops to the nail. A couple of smooth shakes. She drops home. Here's an example of something more like this. This is the Cosmos from Concept. You swing it down and she's just closing, right? Now the difference is this one has the blade with the corner right here and you don't have anything stopping it. So if you don't get your finger out of there, you're getting hit right with that corner. Now luckily this blade is pretty lightweight and everything. It's not a big deal. You can just close it on an angle or something like that. But with this, it's nice because that flipper tab hits, you move your thumb, and you let it drop. And that's what it does. It drops. Or if you're a normal person, slide it, kick it around like that. Either way works really, really well. I have minimal to zero play. I mean, I can check if there's anything in the pivot there. We are dead centered. I'll grab what I'm guessing is a T8. So I think there is a D-shaped pivot in there is my guess. Yeah, no play, and it's still doing the same thing. So centering's dead on. Now the tip is still slightly, I mean, it's not buried, but I really got to dig my finger in to get it. It seems like they did change it maybe slightly, but you can see how the tip is like even with the scale basically. So if you just go like this, you know, you're good. If you dig your finger in, you can, you know, poke yourself, but you know, you're really trying to do that. But I guess I would have liked to have seen that updated from the original. And then I would have liked to have seen T8s. Tuya, I don't know why, but they seem to like T6s. But it's, you know, in certain cases, it's not a big deal. As long as the tooling on them is good, it's really not the end of the world. If that's what the OEM has and uses and whatever, we could check that real quick. Test for me is how the screw stays on. Yeah. See that? See how the screw stays on? I'm holding it upside down. I mean, to me, that's just as good as having a, I mean, it's not, okay, it's not as good as having a T8, but I'm not worried about stripping that screw out. You know what I mean? Now, if it's a T6 where the tooling's really shallow, then yeah, that's going to bother me. But, I mean, I can hold the screw upside down on the bit driver and it's stuck in there. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem for the, how many times are you going to take this knife apart? You know, I don't know. Flat grind, feels good. Nice sharp, yeah, sharp S90V blade. Oops, that was me. The jimping on the flipper tab is really good. See that right there? And it's got a little corner right here. Now, it's not sharp. It doesn't get you. It doesn't hurt. The detent's perfect for it. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's really, really well done. If you want, you can kind of rest your whole finger on it and drag it down like that. Then you don't feel that at all. I like to just use the end of it here, and that works. I'm guessing you could probably push button it that way too. Very, very cool. So, yeah, just another good one here from Tuya and Jim. I really like that they're working together. I like they're just doing a good job working together. I like that pattern there on the lock bar. I think that was there last time, but very, very good. Again, you can see where that detent is. It's fairly early. I mean, there it is right there. Yeah, it's early. So that's where it hits the detent. You get past that, boom. So when it hits your thumb up here, it's past the detent. That's why it just falls. And this is a case where, you know, a lot of people would have put a detent ramp on this. And I think that would have messed it up. And that's, you know, it's like this thing that people have to have is detent ramps. And I think they're just misunderstood. Because they make things feel janky sometimes. So this is done really well. So, yeah. Good job by Jim. Good job by Tuya. And this is the Caladan V2. This is available. They do have different variations. They have fat carbon inlays. Well, it's like the I call it Chinese fat carbon. It's a type of carbon fiber. It looks cool. Looks a lot like fat carbon, but it is a little different. I think they have the red, white, and blue version. They have a green one, I think. Purple, maybe. Check it out. Go take a look. Then they have these frag pattern ones. They have satin, and they have this DLC over the hand satin that looks really cool. So they have two different blade finishes as well, which is nice. Because I know Jim loves a hand satin, but maybe not everybody likes that. Maybe you like DLC. So you have that option. But check them out. You can pick these up, I believe, at tuyanifeus.com. If you pick it up there, I think I have a code. I'll link it down below. I think it's just Lefty or something. And that'll get you a certain amount off or % off. And then I think these are also available at Jim's website, which should be skeltoncustoms.com. Again, it's all in the description. Go check that out if you want to pick one of these up. But we should be supporting Jim. He's a great guy in the community, always has been. I really like Jim, so I'm glad to see him coming out with more and more stuff, and it's been very good so far. And I think the price point on these is very appreciated as well. Last time around, they were, I think, $255 for the titanium ones, and a little bit more for the carbon fiber ones. We could take a look here. Let me pull it up on the website here. I just need to figure out where the search option is. There we go. Caladan. So they're going to have the DLC blade. Okay, $280 with the DLC. And here is red, white, and blue. They're listing it as camo carbon, but it's just carbon fiber. I don't know what you would call it. It's the OEM version of camo carbon or fat carbon. There's the green one. So they have a few different options. See, those are $300. And then there's the satin versions. And they do start at $260. So that DLC must just cost more. So this one's $260. Well, if this was satin, it'd be $260. And then the carbon ones are $290. So I think it's like $10 more for the DLC. And then if you want to keep shopping, they have the scaphoid, and go check out my video on this. This is my favorite flipper knife this year. Absolutely love the scaphoid. The blade shape just really, really caught me. I just really love the design. I love the way the 3 inlays are set up. I think Jim really did a great job with the Caladan. but the scaphoid really spoke to me personally the most. So check it out on those websites linked down below, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love you. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.